Okay. This one's before the tournament. This one might be a mix of matches before and after the tournament on December 6th. So we'll see. I do like this starting hand, but I just don't know if there's much I can do with it. I don't know what my opponent's playing. He didn't mulligan. He's got Poseidon here, like he could be playing lock. Kind of just want to expend a draw. I've got the Lavalith in hand. Hearth. You know, I'll take some back row. That is a-okay. You know what? I'm even going to set the Hestia. Because if he destroys it, I don't think I'm at any more of a disadvantage. And if he doesn't destroy it, it just scares him into thinking there's something else. Oh, it's a Frost deck. Okay, now I kind of wish I did something a little bit more. Because Volcarius doesn't care too much about Frost decks. Abominable Bat. So he must have one, maybe even two Chimeras in hand. Sometimes I Gorgon here just because preventing the Chimera Bat snowball is really good. But they didn't play Bat here, so I don't think I need to worry about it. Yes, let's see. We know at least one of these cards is Bat. Only setting one back row. Could just be Gorgons. That's why they're confident. Not sure. Definitely want to get some fires in the underworld for Hesios Hearth. Could draw a Warmite here. I hope I draw a 1-drop. Drawing a 1-drop would be really nice. That is not a 1-drop. Alright, we'll play an attack. Nothing on cast. Could be Gorgons. I'm going to cast the Hestia now. Now that I know he's on Frost, I don't think he'll have any Rune Destruction. If he does, I think that'd be really strange. Not going to play the Volcanic Forge yet, though. I'm going to equip the Volcarius with Torch. Because what I actually want here is a draw. Because even if he shields me here, I'll still get a draw. Even if he Gorgons me in Battle Step, we'll crash. And I'll still get a draw. Worst thing he can do to me here is Tsunami. He might Gorgons me here to prevent the draw. He doesn't. So I'll move to battle and a swing in. Hephaestus, Volcarius, Gorgons. That's honestly really rough. As crazy as it sounds, I'm actually going to want to draw the Hephaestus here. Because I want to shuffle. Because I need guys. Is that the battle step Gorgons? Or the attack step? Attack step. Yeah, he should have Gorgons ahead of time. I don't know why he didn't. Because now I get the Volcarius. Otherwise I wouldn't have, and I would have drawn a Hephaestus, which does me no good. I don't know what he's going to do. Take out my Volcarius now, though. I think he should have taken the Crash. Frost doesn't have a lot of super strong options. I was kind of expecting the Crash, so I'd have a spot open to play Hephaestus. So now it's kind of awkward. Not that I'd be able to play the Gorgons anyways, but I probably won't get a shuffle here. So he gets rid of that. I wish I could click on Underworlds here. I'm just gonna Gorgons. Whatever. I'm starting to think he doesn't have a way to out Volcaries. And I would like to keep it alive for my Torch of Hestia. Like his Abominable form, even if he bats and summons that, he'll have like, what, 4 attack on it? It's very whatever. What he needs is back row here. Plays Terraform in defense, that's not gonna hurt me at all. So if I just play another Volcaries, I'm still pretty healthy on spirits. He goes PTA on that one. Okay. See, that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm just trying to think, like, I'm not going to play the Hephaestus. Now, I think I will grab a Gorgons, because I'm assuming in my Torch of Hestia I will get a 1-drop. I was more afraid of if he had real back row, what I would do. Getting rid of Terraform's nice, because now I don't have to worry about using Gorgons on stuff, and then Volcaries over the Chimeras. Stop him from discarding something. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Are you serious? That's so bad. How many, like, runes in a row is that? 6? Or that's like 5 runes in a row, plus a 2-drop. I'm glad I'm not in any danger right now. But I don't have the Gorgons, so technically I could be. Because if he outs my Volcaries somehow, I literally have nothing. I probably should have special casted the Volcaries and then expended to draw. Because then I would have the Gorgons and I'd feel safe. Not that there's a lot. He just expends to draw here. So I shouldn't have to be too scared. Oh, awesome. That's pretty great. I will... Oh, expend a draw grabs me a torch. Do I want a torch? I could ascend into Leonite. But Leonite's not... Like, Volcaries does more damage than Leonite. Yeah, we expend a draw. Kinley Champ. Necruff. Alright, there we go. Finally some guys. I will draw the Necruff and put the Kinley on top, because I definitely don't need another Volcanic Forge. He could have a Keone here, regrab Scorpio, and then discard something, but I do have the second Gorgons now, so I can deal with that. Probably gonna play 2 spirits off of Hestia when I get the chance. I know that'll make Volcaries weaker, but I just need something. I guess I'm a little scared that he actually has like a Cryoblast. I should have probably played the Volcanic Forge by now. I don't think he's on mountains. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. He could very well play Cryoblast here, and I could just lose a bunch of spirits. Okay, Chimera. Scorpio normal cast? No, it's just when it's cast. So he has another bat in hand. Yeah, there's the Scorpio. He hasn't played any back row. I could just let this happen, honestly. He has to pay 2 spirits to get rid of the Volcaries. I get to keep my protection and cast 2 guys out next turn. No. I'm torn there. I really am. But I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, he doesn't have any back row. If he did have some back row, I probably wouldn't have done it. So I can disenchant 2 in order to special cast Kinleo. Yeah, because the main thing I didn't want to get rid of was my torch search, because I'm still short on guys. Yep, I am going to heal on this one. I'm going to play Necruff, my normal cast. I will play Volcanic Forge. I'll keep on to Hestia's Hearth. I'll throw Torch on Necruff, just because. This should be game. Like, I'm not gonna like end the game immediately, but he shouldn't have anything here. Finally get a Warmite. Both my Gorgons are gone. I still don't think there's any way he has anything to get through me. He's played 2 of his Chimeras. I have 3 guys on field. They're pretty big. No, that's right. I forget I get to draw another. I do not need the second forge, so I'm just not drawing it. If he does play a Mountains of Boreas or something crazy, I could just expend a draw, and then I know this is going to be on top. Is that an Electric Spirit? It is. Oh no, it's Illuminate. But he did have a couple Thunders earlier, though. Is this... I don't think Imperawatt's in the game. I was going to say, this could be the one Imperawatt list. Spend a draw. Painful. That was an Earth. Maybe giving up on the Earthquake. Seems like this deck has a lot of spirits that aren't Frost, and that's kind of weird to me. I would have thought this deck could get away with like 50 Frost. I mean, I have a lot of options of what I could do here, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna pay off the Hestia. I was saving this for a battle trick, but I literally don't need it. Let's take the heal, open up the slot, deal 2 more damage this turn, and I can play an Ultra Stars, which is a better defensive card. I'm gonna have hardly any spirits in my underworld, they're all on my field. There go all his Frost Spirits. Alright. Forge, Volcaries, Hearth. Let's grab another Hearth. Not that I'd even need to draw here, but better to play safe than sorry. There's a whole bunch of animations in Clash that just make things take forever that they really don't need to. I mean, like, this one's kind of important because you can see the stuff, but still. I should... Yeah, I think most Morphrost decks, they have the mountains in their main deck, but they don't run Brumalink, so they don't have a way to search it, which kind of puts a damper on things. Playing an Ambro, trying to do his best to stay in it. I respect it. I probably would have forfeited long ago against this board, though. He's got 5 cards in hand. Arcolith. That's what the Thunder Spirits are for. Alright, alright. Trying to go for a cheesy win. He can attack over Kinleo or match Warmite. But I can do stuff here. Yeah. I could have swapped him to defense, but I would have actually just let the attack go through and he would have killed himself after I lowered his attack by 3. So he would have been a 3 attacking into a 5. So GG's. Alrighty, we got a rematch. Let's see how consistent this deck is against Morphrost. Not a lot of defensive options, but assuming I'm still going against Morphrost, I think it's pretty good. I have lots of nice offensive options, so I think I would keep this anyways. And I'm still going second, so I could draw into like a top deck Gorgons or something. Nope, he's on a different deck. Unfortunate. Yeah, if this is amp up, I just kind of lose because I literally don't have back row. Man, this is... The consistent decks in main Elestrals are different from the consistent decks here. I mean, Lock's popular in both, but this is dumb. Oh, I still have auto cast on. I've been wanting to... I don't know why this default's on. I turn it off every time. I sometimes want to enchant my Necro for the water. This isn't one of those times, but sometimes I do. There's PTA. So I've got a couple options here. I can Hestia special cast Warmite, drop its attack by 3, or I can equip it with Torch. I think I have to play Hestia regardless. Problem is I don't know if one of these is a normal Thunderstrike. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is just what I have to do with this hand. Is play very aggressively and hope I get a good draw and that he doesn't have his full combo already. Because if he had in his starting hand had Fungalo and Titanostrike, that's just tough. So he'll Gorgons me here. So he must really want to stick something on the field. That forces me to equip the torch to Nekruff. So I'll only get one value out of these search, which sucks, but it is what it is. PTA is nice. Torchin, not so nice. Nekruff's also good. So I'll draw the Nekruff and put the PTA on top. Burn him for one. We know one of his hands is Superstorm, or Thunderstorm Supercell. Superstorm's not a bad way to say it, though. Yeah, unfortunate, but I'm afraid of that one of those being a Brontiglow. Having PTA and Gorgon's starting hand is so good, though. There's Supercell. I can overwrite it with Forge after this, but if he has something else that he does this turn, I'll be hurting. Fungalo charged. Ascend into Brontiglow. Okay. Does he have any more back row? Oh, it's Ambro. Okay. I'm glad he used that rather than setting it. If he set it, I probably would have been a little scared. This is whatever. He's just gambling everything on this Brontiglow, which is really weird to me, but whatever. Alright, disenchant 2 from Hestia. This is why I run Kinleo Champ at 3, because you get into this situation, and Kinleo Champ is just the best thing to get you out of it. Like, I could have traded Nekruff with Volcanic Forge with the Brontiglow, but I like this option so much better. I could let him keep the Supercell, but I'm not. Set one. Double his attack. It doesn't really matter though, because I don't hit him for anything. Alright. So Leonite cannot be destroyed by runes. I have PTA. So even if he happened to draw like Champ Up here, or not Champ Up, normal Amp Up, I'd be fine. What he really needs to draw is a shield. Could be. It's a pretty good draw. Well, alright, he's PTAing. I mean, if he's going to reveal to me exactly what the back row is that he just placed, I'll take it. Now, I don't have to be afraid of shield whatsoever. I don't think I'm going to play the Hephaestus anymore. Leonite doesn't really need... whatever, we'll play it. I'll play it with 2 and I'll put the torch on Leonite. That way, in case he draws, like, Resting and Supercell, I'll have double protection. And also, I'll get to sort my draws every turn, which is kind of nice. Okay, in the Underworld. Like I said, I still got the Necrof here anyways, so I'm good to go. We'll foretell. Warmight champ, nice. Hestia, don't need you. Volcarius champ. I think I want the... Or not Volcarius champ. I think base Volcarius is the draw here. Because with all this other fire on board, he'll have like 10 attack. He'll be at the same as Leonite, basically. And if he doesn't have Gorgons, which, I mean, he's basically immediately using all his cards as he gets them. He's already used 1 Gorgons. Actually, funny enough, he drew both of his PTAs. You only get 2 in Clash. I only run 2 in my deck anyways. Part of that was probably because of Clash, because I made this deck on Clash. I was like, oh, I can only run 2 PTAs. Oh, is he half Thunderstorm? That would do it. If he plays it here. He does. Oh, that sucks so bad. I forgot. It's not all Thunderstorm decks run Titano Strike. It's usually you're either running base Titano Strike or you're running the amp up package. So this guy is unfortunately running the Titano Strike. And even more unfortunately, he happened to draw both of those cards. Like, he drew 3 cards. He drew PTA, Thunderstorm Supercell, and Titano Strike base. Which... 2 of those were like the only thing that were going to get him out of this situation. So there's not really words for the amount of unfortunate events that just occurred. I can kill him, burn him for 1 here. Volcarius all of a sudden gets way less value, but Necrof should be able to stick around. I've got the PTA still. Sets a mysterious back row. Does he expend to draw? He does. Could have Tsunami here. That'll be unfortunate. Nope, no Tsunami. I kept the water around just in case. Some of these decks run Tsunami, some of them don't. So I'll probably dead back row if he hasn't played it. Could be a normal T-Storm. He just doesn't want to use it because nothing's that valuable. So he gets to heal 1 here. He'll probably play the T-Storm now. Oh, it was in his hand, okay. So there goes my PTA. I probably was going to use that on the Brontiglow, but not entirely sure. So he gets to heal 1 off that. Special against the Brontiglow. Heal 1 more. Yeah, this is crazy how he's drawn every single piece he needs. It actually would have been way worse for him if he continuously drew runes or drew Nogs or drew anything, but he's drawn like piece after piece of his combo. Which is nuts. Yeah, he's trying to decide which one he goes over here. If this back row is dead, it doesn't matter. Maybe that one back row is a Nog or something. Yeah, I'm barely gonna have enough spirits here. Search my last torch. Equip it. Yeah, I like it. So it's all up to this back row now. And if he actually drew everything he needed, I'm just like GG's, I guess. Because I should be able to clear him here. Sure, we'll foretell. Ah, it was shield. Yeah, so that game is incredibly unfortunate. The dude drew... He has 26 cards left in his deck. But every single card he did draw was useful to him. Every single one. He did not draw one bad card in his entire thing. Like, he didn't draw a Nog. He didn't draw, like, a champ up. Like, a lone champ up does nothing. He didn't draw additional fungal charged, which wouldn't have really done anything. I don't know. There's really no words for how lucky that he got with that deck. Unfortunate. I couldn't have... Yeah. Unfortunate is a good way to describe that game. GG's. Forgot to record the start on this one. I got the rematch. I set a P-Box, Torch of Hestia, and a Hestia. I expended a draw, and that's where I got the P-Box from. Not sure if they're going to be running the Frost deck, or nope, they're just playing something entirely different. Hermes. Glad I got the P-Box then, because that's actually like the best thing I could do against Hermes. Exaltair. Hermes burn deck, or maybe it's just a full burn deck with both Aeolus and Hermes, and the whole strat is Exaltair. That's interesting. I'll get some fires in the underworld. Yeah, that's pretty painful. He didn't set any back row though. So I mean, I'll be able to get rid of his 3, burn him for... Oh, come on. Torchin double Hestia? That's horrible. Alright, I'm gonna play Hestia. I'm gonna try and get some card draw advantage here. Maybe I shouldn't be expending spirits like this. If it really is a burn deck, I'll need all the spirits I can get. Alright, gonna play Necruff and attack. Yeah, maybe okay, you know what? We're just gonna... Hold on, we're gonna special cast the Volcaries. I was debating on playing the Torch and grabbing a Torch of Hestia and using that, but I think I like this better. I always like putting Torch on Volcaries, because that way if they suppress him, he still has 5 attack. And even if he has like an Aviolith, like Volcaries can get over that easy. I wish I had back row that wasn't just P-Box, but it's okay. Alright, Gorgons, Torch, Necruff. I'll grab another Necruff and then Gaze. It's good, so. I'm still not in great shape here. He's like 3 spirits ahead of me. Because I've got 3 more on field than he does, but we both got the Divines. Watch him drop a Spectaris and use it on the Volcaries or something. Ooh, maybe carry off? Probably carry off. I'm gonna P-box. I think he's searching for carry off. Because he hovered over the Volcaries. Faulicane's in the game? What? This is a crazy game. Maybe he was searching for carry-on? Either way, I'm kind of glad I canceled that search. Okay, yeah, the Spine Nymph. I swear this happens every single game. I face or every single time I face Hermes is that I prevent either the Spine Nymph or the Hermes, and then I face the opposing one. I think I just lose. Replays Hermes, does the Spine Nymph combo, sends Volcaries back to hand, crashes with Necruff, makes me take 1 damage. Could even just heal here. So it's like a weird Hermes deck with burn options. Like, I think I'd be okay if he didn't hit me for 5 turn 1. Like, I was trying to, like, most decks can't hit for 5. Yeah, he's going after the Volcaries, which is understandable. Maybe I should have put the torch on the Necruff then. Because some people label Volcaries as the bigger threat than Necruff. Alright, I got a Gorgons now, so I feel a lot safer. I don't remember what my next card was, but I'm not really afraid of getting outdrawn right now. She's got Faulicane. Faulicane's a 7/3. Necruff can crash with it with Torch. See, I've got 4 on field. He's got 2 on field. So I have 2 up on him, so I'm at 6, and he's going down to 5, essentially. So I'm now ahead of him. Basically a 4 spirit swing in 1 turn. I swear, Necruff's like one of the best things against Hermes decks. And having 2 of them on field. Alright, so there's Aviolith. So that's why I took out the Volcaries. But unfortunately for him, I have an out. Double Torch Necruff. Whatever. Alright. So I can draw Volcaries. And I can also draw Forge, because 2 torches lets me search 2. Ooh, Kinleo Champ's tempting. With that as my next draw. Not that it's going to come up. Alright, now I can use Gorgons. Yeah. If I was being smart, I could have ended the game. Could have Nexused one off of Hestia onto Torchin, using its effect. So I had to suppress the Aviolith to prevent him from healing, because then he would have got 4 back, and I would have had to have a whole different game plan. But because I stopped him from healing, I would have burned him for 1, hit him for 2 more, and he would have had 0 spirits, and he only would have had Hermes, which could cast a Carrion, but then I just kill him with Necrof, even if he kills my other guy. Alright, even if he healed with another Aviolith, I guess he could have. Yeah, he definitely could have. But then he would, maybe if he didn't have any 1 cost in hand. Hermes doesn't run a whole lot of 1 costs, so kind of a tough spot. GG's. Alrighty. Going up against Mad Typhlosion. Go second with this hand? I'll take it. Gorgon's Hearth, some 1 costs and an Ascension. I really don't like mulliganing if I don't have to. So unless my hand is horrible, I tend to just keep it. This deck's pretty flexible. Foamy champ. Like I said, I've got the Gorgon, so I'm alright that way. Top decking a Hestia would be pretty cool here. Send out 2 guys at once, make sure the Foamy dies. What I need to do here that I don't normally do is, if he plays back row, I need to play Necrof with a water, because he could have Tsunami, and I need to make sure the Foamy dies. It's so tempting to play a fire to get the extra burn. Oh, 3 back row? Never mind, I think I just used a fire anyways. I might just drop a Volcaries instead of the Necrof too. No, I have to go Necrof. Because I was thinking if I'm just going to wait for him to eat a PTA, then I'd rather just lose one of the 2 Volcaries that I have now. I'm really not a fan of drawing multiple Volcaries, it kind of just sucks. We just see what he wants to do here. Maybe he lets it die, maybe he doesn't. Alright, he lets it die. Saving his back row for when it really matters, when the locks are out. I think that's a good play, especially if he's got a Tadpuff in hand already. Starting with Tadpuff Foamy Champ is kind of insane with a whole bunch of defensive back row. So maybe it's not that. Jatagua, okay, that's fair. Searching with Afro first, that's smart. Because if you Nexus and I Gorgon's the Nexus, it loses its trait, and its trait says that it also can find Lockagon, so it prevents the Aphrodite. So I would have had to Gorgon's it in advance. I'm not sure. Maybe it would have been the correct play to do that. It's tough to say. Now the question is, what do I do with Necruff? Do I equip it with a water, predicting a tsunami here? I'm assuming he'll want to save his Drotagwa spirits. It's really not what I wanted to draw. I don't have any spirits in Underworld, so I can't do something funny where I play a Volcarius with the water and then enchant over it with a fire from Hestia's Hearth. I've kind of done that a little bit. So now I've got 2 5s. I could put Torch on one of them, but since I don't get to draw, I don't think I'm going to. I lied. Oh, no, I'm not going to. Okay. The other thing I've learned here is I need to use Volcarius first, not get greedy and go for the burn, because if I use Necruff and I get shielded, Necruff's off the field and its Fire Spirit's gone, and so Volcarius gets a lowered attack. There is the Tsunami. He pays it with the Drotagwa, so the correct play would have been to re-enchant Necruff with a water. Not surprised. But either of these could have been a shield, so I really didn't know. It's probably like a Soulmates or something. So Tadpuff. Tadpuff's fine. Still got one on Aphrodite. Could very well Nexus from Drotagwa. Plays the Locagon in attack, which is kind of surprising. This is where I will Gorgons. So we'll see what he searches with Aphrodite, if anything. Alright. Plays another back row. I guess these are probably Soulmates, and Drotagwa Locagon actually work together for Soulmates. Or no, it doesn't, because Aphrodite's effects find a Locagon. Okay. So no, that doesn't work. Ooh, that's a nice Drotagwa card. Don't need that right now. I'm going to go into the Leonite and attack. And I'll try and use its effect. Does he Tsunami here? He Gorgons. So the correct play probably would have been to play a Water Enchanted Volcarius, which is unfortunate. Because then he'd only be able to block at least one of the Volcaries. He drew 2 Gorgons. Man, what is it with these lock players drawing 2 Gorgons? Getting through 2 Gorgons is hard enough. If I have 2 Gorgons against this deck, I'm doing just fine. That's so silly. And he can ascend his Drotagwa into lock. And he can just wipe my board right now. Yeah. He's got so many water spirits in the underworld that, yeah. I don't know what the last back row is. I'm going to keep playing, see if I can bait it out. If it's not a Gorgons, or if it's not defensive back row, I could have actually done it with the triple Volcaries. Yeah. Double Gorgons. Because if I get rid of the Lockagon here, I think I'm still doing okay. Oh, I guess he can just ascend over Drotagwa, so I wouldn't need to kill both of them. Yeah, 11 attack. Ridiculous. Destroying the back row. Okay. I will chain it. I will pay 1 from the Leonite. In order to re-enchant the Leonites twice, which will activate its receive effects. Which will make it so that Nekruff shouldn't be able to be attacked over. So he plays the Drotagwa to heal. And then he'll get to pop another card. Actually, he gets to pop... Wow, oh, that's why people are running Drotagwa in this deck, because you get to pop 2 cards. So he gets to wipe my board here. See, I was thinking he wouldn't be able to wipe my board. But because he gets to receive from Drotagwa, and when Lockagon heals when you play a Drotagwa, it lets you pop 2. So, yep, that sucks. I don't even know what kind of top deck would save me. Hestia? Hestia would do it. I'm gonna drop my 2 waters now. I'm giving up on it. That is not a Hestia. Gorgons is pretty good though. This might not be over depending on what his back row is. We'll get to see if the back row is live or not. Yeah, he's healed so much that his lock's not even at that high of attack. Alright. It looks like it's probably live back row. Nekruff, Volcari's Champ. Ooh. If he spends too many spirits here. Then maybe... I'm gonna go like this. I have like no utility coming up though. Let's it go through. Man, I'm so curious what it is. Ugh, Ambro. What was my top? Oh, yeah. Gonna chain Gorgons to this thing. Stop its destruction. I was not paying close enough attention to see which locks he drew. Or if he drew any. Wasn't he just drawing Drataguas? He might have just been drawing Drataguas, actually. Yeah, he has an option here. He hasn't used his normal cast, so he should Nexus one from his other Drataugua. Or maybe he'll try and heal. I don't know what his plan's going to be, honestly. He could search and then ascend. He's going to heal and then ascend. One, two, three, four. He's only got 4 waters in the underworld. So he won't even be able to get over my Volcaries. It's Monsoon. That was his back row. So yeah, that definitely works against me. And then he plays Magnaros, gets to search an Aepharos. Bruh. He can swap himself to attack if he wants. Oh, this deck is so painful to play against. Monsoon, really? He didn't swap to attack, so that's nice. I don't know what his last card is. I don't know if I've seen it, or if that was his top deck, or what. I'm glad I grabbed Volcaries Champ. Because that's one of the only things that could even potentially get me out of this mess. Festus. Only gonna enchant it with 2. Disenchant 1 to grab a torch. Get from the underworld. Now I can attack over his lock. And his Aepharos can't hit over me. So it's going to depend on what he can do outside of that. Alter doesn't help. Torchant does not help. Another Genleo champ. Are you serious? As stupid as it sounds, I'm going to grab the Torchant. Torchant can grab a torch for free, and then I can actually play it from the underworld with Volcaries Hephaestus. I don't know. He could just ascend into something and end the game here, too. He's healing so much. Oh, he's actually nexusing. I would have thought he'd nexus off the Aphros onto the Dratagua, or the other Dratagua, but whatever. So he's searching a champ lock. So maybe he's got a base lock or Frostfall. No, that's not what he's got. I don't know. That back row scares me. Maybe it could just be soulmates. I am no longer playing the Torchin. I don't think. Could play 2 spirits to get my last torch, play Kinleo, and then I'd have 2 6s. I've already used 1 torch. I think I play this super slow and just risk losing. Necrof, yes, that's what I need. So he's got 1 back row, likely dead. He grabbed a champ lock. He can send in a champ lock, but that just gives him a body for 7 defense. Yeah, this game is just slog. Alright, yup. 7 defense. He can heal 1. Okay, it doesn't play anything new. So do I kill the lock or do I kill the fish? He top decked his last card. So I think I'm okay to do this. I want the PTA. Keep foretelling, see if I can get something. Another Gorgons, you serious? Whatever, it could come in handy. That's all 3 of my Gorgons, by the way. Crashing with Necrof when it's PTA'd is always worth it, because you're getting rid of a unit and they're still burning 1 anyways. Alright, what does he get? Expend to draw. Expend to draw into a Lockagon. He's got 19 cards left in his deck. I've only gotten through one champ lock and 1 Frostfall lock. So if he's running a similar deck to other people, he'll have more. If this back row is live, though, I'm probably cooked. We'll play the Torch in attack for fun. Another nice thing about this is, since Volkari's pace in the underworld, it basically makes Torchin's cast free. Alright. He forfeited. Wow, I can't believe I won that one. He tried to play too safe and too slow with the Dratagwas, instead of going for more locks for Hyper Turbo. Because if he just grabbed locks, he would have been able to keep ascending, keep healing, and it just would have been a mess. But he gave me too much time to regain myself, and he must just not have gotten another Frostfall lock. It's possible he's only running one. I know some people are running lower amounts, but most people I face run 3, and I think that's right. At least currently. But that was crazy. I can't believe I got that. That was a fun game. Very thought heavy. GG's. Alrighty. So this is the first match after the Premier Tournament on the 6th of December. Ooh, that's a mulligan hand. Probably. It's tough, because if I get a guy, I can probably make it work. I hate mulliganing. I'm actually gonna risk it and keep. I don't like this. But yeah, so I placed 15th in the tournament, which is pretty cool, but I got absolutely destroyed by a high roll Blizz twice in a row, which kind of killed my tournament run. Ended 5-2, which is good enough, but I know it could have been better, so I'm gonna aim for top 8 in the next one. I'm hoping we'll get a ban list before then, but it's starting to look unlikely. I'm not asking for too much. Well, I think Frostfall lock should go to 1. I think Blizz needs to get hit in some way. I don't know what the best way to hit that is. If it's like Blizz down to 1. Or hit Iwooly down to 1. There we go, we got a guy. I don't know, do I risk it though? I could go into Leonite. I don't have any way to boost its stats right now. And maybe something to Morfrost would be another one. I'm scared to play Hestia for 4. Just because it's an electric deck, so it could very well have Thunderstorm. I think I'm going to risk it and do it anyways and just eat it. Doesn't PTA, so that's cool. I'll set 2, or set 3 and play Hestia, I suppose. Because with Hestia and Ultra Stars all have protection, which is pretty cool. And if ET Storms, it's 2 for 4, which does suck, but it could be worse. Plus, I could play Ultra Stars then, move one from Hestia onto Volcarius so it still becomes a 5 and pay the cost off. Interesting he's Gorgon's gazing me here. He could have done that on the Crash, but I'm going to guess this is a new player based on their rank. And if we crashed, that would have been sad, but now I know that he's not going to... I can't even declare an attack, even if I wanted to, so I just kind of sit there and nominate. If I got another 1-drop, I could even ascend it into Leonite. It should be cool. Hydrake in defense is fascinating. Because I guess he's just afraid of one of my back row being useful, which, I mean, it is. I've got a P-box, so I can just destroy the Pantera when it wants to come out to prevent the cast. So this might be the starter deck. I guess I didn't check what stadium that the Jolton grabbed. I kind of just assumed it was a Mount Olympus or a Supercell. That sucks. I'm just gonna expend a draw. I'm not really scared of anything here. Hestia's Hearth, definitely not what I wanted to see. But this is fine. Not gonna waste my attack on Hydrake if I don't have to. He's expending to draw. I wonder what he's looking for. Another Gorgons? Just anything defensive? I'd be surprised if he doesn't have a single counter rune in all this. But it could just be a deck with a lot of guys. I don't know the starter deck offhand for the game. I guess one of them's going to be whatever stadium he grabbed. Oh, he's got nothing. It's so sad. Alright. When one's not good enough, go two. So I do have... I'll let this one go through for the P-Box. That way I get to destroy one of his Twindras as well. And he wastes more spirits because I can just attack over it. Okay, so... he must have ran into the problem of not knowing to switch between hand and deck, because I think there's just a tiny little button up in the corner of the screen. Or he just chose not to activate the effect for some reason, knowing that it would immediately get destroyed, and he's probably reasonably sure that I'm going to have some sort of back row to prevent him from killing me with Penterror. We got resting on one of them, that's fair. Kind of annoying because I was planning on sending one of them into Leonite. Ooh, Galaxair. Alright, does he know how to use the effect on this? He does. Okay. Now, so he did grab... It is probably the starter deck then. Alright. Alter here. Oh, I can still pay from Spirit deck. Maybe I might get a torch or something. I can finally generate some card advantage. Move one from Hestia onto Volcaries. Yep, and then I'm going to change Volcaries to defense here. So that'll give me an 8 defense. And he'll still be an attack, so just in case I don't get another guy, I can still have the splash damage go through, which is what I want. Warmites. Warmite with double Hearth. Booyah, we love those. I've only got 2 fires in the underworld. I guess I should have used a fire for that. Yeah, I'm positioned really well here. I could just even use Hestia's Hearth now purely to get the damage off, but I'm not going to bother. Yeah, he just forfeits. Definitely seemed like a newer player, but with that deck and the way he played it, it seemed like I had outs to everything he had, so I don't think there was a whole lot of options for him. But I still think he could have tried a couple things like getting the Pantera out, at least make me use some back row, even though it would have been super expensive. I just don't know what he was waiting for. But GG's. Alright. Hestia's Hearth and Warmites. Oh, not a lot of defensive options. If I face a lock here, I'm going to be in big trouble. I'm kind of torn here. Because Warmite, Hestia's Hearth, and having guys is pretty awesome. Because if I get a Hestia, I'll be able to put constant pressure on the board. But if I don't, it's gonna be rough. We'll keep it and try it out though. I think I'd rather keep the 2 spirits and just gamble on drawing some back row, or that my opponent might not be playing lock. Because surprisingly, during my tournament run, I only faced 2 lock decks out of the 7 Swiss rounds. So I don't know if... I guess a lot of people are on Frost. I also faced 2 Frost decks. 2 different variations though. 1 more Frost and 1 Blizz. And surprisingly, I've noticed that against Morfrost, I don't really care about back row that much. If I had Tsunami would be good because I can prevent the Swarm. And then Hestia's Hearth is always good because it's a battle trick. I can get over the Chimera with a small guy and hit for damage. There we go. Beautiful. I could not have asked for a better top deck. I guess Hestia would have been just as good, but this one gives me sure safety. Which is super nice. I probably could have fully loaded my Hephaestus with 3, but nah. We'll just leave it at that. Pay 1 from the Underworld. You didn't set any back row, so there's no reason not to swing in. I think this is the second to lowest rank. So it's possible this guy is relatively new as well. I feel like I battled him quite a few times though. Alright, another Torch, don't need it. Kinleo Champ, really don't need it. No, ooh, another Gorgons, I will take another Gorgons. You know, I'll have the Torch of Hestia be next. Just because I can still play it for free from the Underworld as long as Volcarius is enchanted, which is nice. And getting another Gorgons makes it so that if I need to, I can use mine here, which is also cool. Because sometimes I'm very tempted to hold Gorgons for a more important time. I don't even know what kind of deck this guy's running. I guess he's got a couple water spirits, so it's probably lock. I've seen some people do rock in a hard place lately. Yep, there it is. It might just be this guy using rock in a hard place. Hephaestus or Volcarius? Yeah, see Hephaestus. I'm getting rid of 2 spirits either way. Hephaestus has done his job though. Kind of sucks I can't chain to that though. I guess I can't really chain Hephaestus, but I could have done like it's just Hearth, but he didn't do the actual back row. I'm not sure why. Most people are afraid of the Hephaestus for some reason. I never really know why. Oh man, you move to battle phase without playing any guys or more back row. I do not approve. I do have a couple fighters in the underworld for Warmight, but I'll just play Volcaries for now. We got the bros, Volcaries champ, and base Volcaries. There's no reason to do anything other than just attack here. See what we get. Not much reason to grab Torch anymore. Definitely want to grab the Hephaestia. Or Hestia. Sorry. So I'm so used to saying like Hestia or Hephaestia for my deck name. Because people are like, oh, what kind of deck do you play? Oh, I play Hestia, Hephaestia, whatever. I've been saying Hestia, and then I was watching some of the matches on the that were commentated on of other people who were using my deck in the tournament, and they were saying like this. They were saying Hephaestia, which, I mean, sounds fine. It's just a silly naming scheme. Does not matter in the slightest. Either way, I just think it's cool that people like the deck. Part of me wishes there was a little more credit able to be given and stuff like that. Because in Temtem, which is the game I come from, it's like if somebody plays your team, it's like super obvious that like, yeah, this person is playing Magnetonic's team. But in a card game like this, switch a third of the stuff around, and even though you're still playing Hestia with a Leonite focus, just enough has changed that it's more or less like treated as an original deck. Oh, Sluggle. So it's not... I was going to say, it's probably not locked, but he could just be building up a whole bunch of cards. Now, if there's something on field, though, Necrof gets value. So is he gonna try and get into Majesty or something, or? I'm so curious what this guy's plan is. I want to get Hestia down on the board just to start grabbing cards with Torch, but he's not putting me in any position that I would need that sort of pressure right now. So I'm just not bothering. Like, as soon as he places something worth Gorgonzing, then I will definitely play it, but so far there's been nothing. Yeah, not even to actually, like, use the Hestia, but just to play it. Ooh, another Hearth. Ooh, yeah. I'm actually running out of guys. I'm gonna have to grab the Kinleo soon. But I don't have anything that would make me shuffle. The other thing I usually like keeping Hephaestus around for is because it allows me a shuffle whenever I need it. Because there was one of the games during the tournament where I'm just like, yeah, I need to shuffle. And so I was using Hephaestus. I didn't need the torches, and I didn't necessarily want to spend the spirits, but because I knew my next draws were going to be so bad that I needed something else, I shuffled anyways. And it's like having the torches in hand isn't bad. If I ever run into a situation where I need to like turn Volcaries into a 10 immediately, I can do that with 2 torches and then hit over most things. Assuming I have 2 slots open in the back and my opponent doesn't have like Shield or Tsunami or literally anything that stops full carries. Whatever. Oh, it's the wrong chain. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Spend 2 fires. Get some fires in the underworld for Warmite and the Hestius Hearths. I don't even know what he was gonna grab with that. He could be a Draking. Could be a Rock and a Hard Place. Because that thing can grab Rock and a Hard Place, which is kind of interesting. It's just any card with a water lunar enchantment cost. Joblin's technically another one. I saw Joblin at the tournament as well, but I had Leonite out on the field, so it didn't really help. I don't have enough fires in the underworld to justify using Hestia's Hearth necessarily. I'm only going to play Hestia with 2. I just want some card advantage. Running out of cards here. And I always like to give at least 2, because you never know when you're going to need you're going to need to use the cast. I don't need to use that here. I'm just going to start beating him down, try and end the game in two turns here. Burn him for 1 here, hit him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then next turn hit him for another whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to play Hestia's Hearth. Equipping 2 to Warmite. I will not use that, I will not use that, but sure, I'll heal. Alright. Foretell and grab. Another Warmite. So if I was in any sort of danger this game, I could play 2 Warmites, have 2 Hestia's Hearths, and basically heal back my entire spirit deck. Yeah, that's completely ignoring the Volcaries, which is at a 12 right now. Yeah, I mean, this game turned from, like, ooh, kind of questionable starting hand to really good, which I feel like happens quite often. So I spent 1 lunar. So that's why I'll keep a lot of hands that are kind of questionable, is because most of the time I'm going to draw into what I need. Always playing Ambrosia, trying to stall out the game. I don't know about that. Maybe he's only got the 1 lunar and that's why he healed it back or something. Or maybe all the cards in his hand are lunar and he doesn't have that much lunar in the deck. Ooh, Galaxy. But it's base Galaxy. Nice. Alright, we're gonna do the funny. He's attacking into Warmite. Warmite has 3 attack. Galaxy now has 2 attack. Because it's a persistent effect of swapping stats. Do it in the battle step. Make him take 2. Now I can probably end the game. He never played a single counter rune. Yeah, he gave up. Yeah, that definitely just seems like somebody who's probably still learning. I like the innovation. The rock and hard plays combo I think is a little bit underrated. I don't think it's OP or can really quite compete, but I think it's in a good enough spot that it can compete, especially at locals. Draking's still a very good card, and I think Eddie isn't so bad that it can be ignored either. Eddie definitely ruins my deck. So GG's, keep learning. Jump to the next one. Alright, looks like we're up against a guest today, so no idea what they got cooking. That's a tough one. I have Volcari's Champ, but I also have Hephaestus in hand, so I really wouldn't be searching anything. I think that was Solar Spirits, so he's running a solar deck. So having Volcanic Forge for that would be nice. I think I'm going to keep, and I'm just going to expend a draw. Like, going second, I probably keep this hand, because then I can attack and search with Torch of Hestia, and as long as my opponent doesn't full combo in my face, then I'm okay. Ugh. Torchin? That so sucks. We're going to set that, and we're just going to pass. Yeah, I probably should have mulled this hand. If I got literally any card in this deck other than a Torchin, I probably would have been happier. I guess other than another Volcanic Forge. That would suck too. Only need one of those. Oh, Stone Rank is different than like the Black Obsidian. I think so. I think it goes Wood, Stone, Obsidian sort of thing. I was right. Those are Solar Spirits. There's a Plucky here, so... Not sure what the set is. Kind of scares me just a little bit. I'm assuming he just grabs Liar here, equips it with Liar, turns it into a 5/3. I can beat over it with Volcari's Torch. If that's a PTA, I can still beat over him by spending Volcanic Forge. Which probably is still worth it. I don't want this thing to continue healing. Not like super scared of it though. I think this card's pretty awful. Nectar in a solar deck is interesting. I guess foretell options are a little short in Clash right now. We'll be getting some more sooner or later. I think they said that at least adding the Celestial line is kind of on the plan for the next update, that they get to add cards. That and like I think Dionysus stuff. I don't know, maybe they didn't confirm that. I guess I'm just kind of assuming they want to do Dionysus stuff to fill out the live stream set a little bit more, because they've added pretty much all of Aphrodite's stuff, but they didn't add a single thing from Dionysus, which is kind of weird. Ooh, Lavalith. Ooh, Lavalith here is actually super nice. I totally play this. I got 2 Divines in hand, so I'm not going to get a whole lot of other chances to play it. It also lets me knock out the Mysterious back row. Even if he does PTA here, I can still, like, Volcanic Forge, get over the Plucky, and then kill him. And he still has to spend out for PTA, so that's not bad at all. It was a Tsunami, so seems like probably a newer player. He didn't chain the Tsunami, otherwise he would have put me in defense and he could have attacked over me the next turn. Whatever. I will take advantage of this. Actually, I could fully take advantage of this. Ooh, should I? I think I will. This is kind of mean, but it's fine. Disenchant to play the Volcaries. Oh, I missed. I should have played the Torch. I should have done this. I could have saved a Spirit. That would have been so much smarter. But oh well. This is fine. Because I don't have any back row, so there's no point in... There's no point in saving stuff. Or slots in my rune row. I'm only going to give him one more, and then disenchant this one. Only thing I'm really scared of here would be a Heliolith, because he could auto-play Heliolith. Because there's so many artifacts on field. Split them up between the Volcaries and the Lavalith, though. I don't think I need to play Volcanic Forge right now. So I won't. Alright, Necroth, Leonite, Torch. I really don't need either of these two, which kind of sucks. I have not seen any back row at all. Yep. Still no back row. Oh, that hurts so bad. I will grab Leonite and... I probably should have put Torch on top. Well, it doesn't really matter, because I can get Leonite to 9 with Volcanic Forge, and knowing that he has Tsunami in his deck makes me more comfortable playing the Volcanic Forge for Leonite. Because otherwise, on cast, if I was trying to play around Leonite, or a player on Torch, he could put me in defense before I equip the Torch, and that sucks. Oh, he just got rid of 2 waters, so maybe he was just giving up on the Tsunamis after having not used it. He's hovering over it. Could be an Earthquake. Resting will force him to target Volcaries, because it's the lower spirits on the field. I've got a really expensive board right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spirits on board right now. So only 4 in Underworld. Could be 3 in Underworld if I played the Torch correctly. So a Volcari's base next turn will be extremely powerful. But I think I might just play Necroth with a Water Spirit, just because I know he has Tsunamis in the deck. And I don't want to let him get anything out on the field. I want to keep pressure on Spectaris here. This really doesn't matter to me. It can't do anything. Yeah, Spectaris would cancel the... Oh, there's... So he's got Liar Spectaris. So he plays the Liar to swap my Lavalith. So I should have played Volcanic Forge, because that would have saved me in this situation. So it is unfortunate for me, but... It's a good play by him. I didn't think he'd have another Liar in hand. This card is so mediocre. Plucky searches it out, but it's basically like you can pay 1 to in your battle phase it's have a better chance at killing something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, now that he plays, this is a weird deck. He got Spectaris in a Lunar deck with some waters. I was kind of expecting this to just be normal. Oh. Cancel. Turn off the auto enchant. Now play it in attack with a water. Watch this be like an Argo or something. He's got the Liars, so it's possible, but I feel like it's still unlikely. I'm still scared of playing the Volcanic Forge until he plays a Temple. So I think I'll just move to battle phase. We'll try and go with the Volcaries over so I don't have to crash. Okay. Finally, a Gorgons. Yeah, Spectaris effect's fine. I don't need my effect anymore. Take him out. Hit in for one with Necruff. Very, very odd timing. I'm not. I mean, it is a guest account, so this person may just be kind of testing out the game, seeing how it goes. But it is a good thing that I equipped my Necrof with a water there. I wasn't exactly wanting to see double Tsunami. I was like, surely if they already spent one, they're probably not running. I'm not going to run into the other one or two in their deck, but I did. And it's also weird because that means they have at least 4 water spirits in their deck. So maybe it's just kind of like a 5s pile. Got some whales in there, Spectaris. Plucky's more or less a 5, but also has the option of utility with swapping stats. Cough-Mill. He can attack over my Volcaries. So maybe that's what he was going for. He takes out the Torch too. So now I can set Gorgons. Torches are basically gone, even though I'll draw one next or soon. But I'm going to use my last Hestia to play Kinleo. I will heal with this one, because I've already got the Leonite in hand. Give a Fire Spirits, make sure I'm properly enchanted. I do wish my Necrof was Fire Enchanted right now to get the boost. No, the boost doesn't matter, but to burn the Cough-Mill, but I just can't. I'm gonna finally just spend this now, just so that he can't like Earthquake or Solar Burst my Leonite next turn. I'll get to heal 3. Sucks, but it is what it is. I'm still technically like 4 spirits up, 3 or 4 spirits up on him because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm technically 12 and he's at 9. So yeah, I'm doing fine. But gets rid of 2 more waters. He's got 6 waters in what I was assuming was a solar deck. Is so interesting. I guess he's got the little Cough-Mill profile picture. Astrabbit. That won't really help here. I'll just equip my Necrup with a fire, I think. That will give me a boost from Volcanic Forge to get over the Astrabbit. Still avoid another Tsunami, potentially. Well, I guess Leonite avoids it anyways. And then I can burn the Astrabbit. And then Leonite hits in for another 2. He could be drawing some back row here with Astrabbit. He has had about as much back row as I have this game, so I don't know. He's got 2 Tsunamis, and that's it. Both of us are kind of struggling here. He's trying to burn me. That's interesting. I'm still gonna go with my Reenchant Necrof plan here. See what his back row is. Once again, Tsunami won't work. He's definitely got Argo in here that's somewhere, though. Because he's got the necklace plus the liars. So by using the Gorgons, he does save himself. Oh, yeah, I gotta activate that. Get rid of another water fire. If he doesn't play any more back row, I can just Siphon Ascend both of my guys into a Volcaries and just end. Because the Volcaries will be at like 20 attack. Or, okay, well, we'll see. Either way, I'm going to probably Ascend over Leonite with Volcaries just to get rid of the stupid necklace. Keep the spirits relevant. Sluggle in defense. Necrof can still hit that and burn. If he doesn't play any back row, I'll actually siphon the water from the Necrof onto the Volcaries as well. Just to like rack up as much damage as possible. Yeah, nice. Alright. So we ascend. Steal the water. And play a fire from deck in attack. So there goes the necklace. And now I'm basically at the same stats as my Leonite was. Kill the Sluggle, burn him for 1, hit him for 4 with Volcaries. Still got Gorgons up, he's only got 1 card in hand. I guess it would have been even funnier if I did it on the... if I ascended into Torchin. But either way, I wasn't really worried about the necklace. I don't think Solar has any burn options offhand. So I'm not afraid of that. I don't think Water even really has any burn options. I mean, like, aside from Krakatuga, but I view that as a fire card. So he thinks that this is going to get over my Volcaries, but because he's got 3 fires on him, he actually gets boosted from Volcanic Forge, and this will just end the game. GG. Yeah, it definitely seemed like a newer player. I think things would have gone a little bit differently had he known his Tsunami timings. I know that was one of the hardest things for me to understand when I first started. I think there's even a couple clips on my Twitch just me being so frustrated with not knowing how Tsunami worked. But now that I do, it's a lot easier. So I'm gonna guess that he's probably at that stage because I see what he's trying to go for. Kind of just trying to trade 1 for 1 every turn, sustain with healing. But he was never really building up an advantage against me. So I always had the upper hand. But GG's. Alrighty, double Kinleo Star with the Volcaries. Or champ with Hephaestus in hand again. That's so unfortunate, 2 games in a row. I do have the Gorgons this time. Ugh. Honestly, it's probably just another draw. Expend a draw start. I don't like that I'm forced to go first in Clash. Sometimes. Expend a draw. Hestia. Okay, that's one of the best things I could have drawn. Double Kinleo in hand. I'm not going to use it, though. I'm slightly afraid of a Thunder. Actually, you know what? Alright. I'm going to play a Festus. Play him with 3. I always do 3. I've only got 3 artifacts in the deck anyways. I will grab a torch. I'll bluff a torch, keep the Gorgons in hand, and we'll pass. The reason I keep the Gorgons in hand is because if I'm facing a Thunderstorm deck, which is fairly common on Clash, they just delete the Gorgons before they place anything down. And it sucks. It really sucks. If I have something else to bait, sometimes I'll risk it and just go set 2, set 3, and hope they don't pick the right one. So, I mean, maybe I could have played the Gorgons here. Usually it's more comfortable if I have a set 3. Or if I have, like, 3 active back, or, like, maybe a P-Box and a Gorgons. That way, if somebody bolts one, plays Funglo, and then Supercells, then I can still stop them. I guess this person's a wood rank, though, so they might not fully know what they're doing. But we'll find out. They're kind of wasting their entire turn, possibly reading their cards, maybe not knowing. This could be somebody's first game. I think Wood 4 is pretty much where it starts you after the tutorial. Because, yeah, they just spent their entire turn. And, okay. That's super unfair. Okay, seriously, I drew all 3 Kinleos. Alright. I wish I could just do that. Click all 4 at once. We're gonna go to cast Kinleo right away. I'm not gonna. Actually, sure, we'll play the Leonite. I was gonna play the Volcaries. No, we're gonna play the Volcaries first. Because I'd like to be able to have the torch for free. Does it really matter? No. Not in this matchup where he just kind of passed, but it could. Okay. That was quick. Alrighty. Get into another match. Go second. Double Gorgons, Volcaries, Necrof, Leonite. Ooh, that is nice. Starting with double Gorgons and guys. It's pretty awesome. And having Volcaries champ is something I always love to start a game with. Because I know that like he's effectively a 6. And I can, going second, attack, search with, or foretell with torch, and get an advantage that way. However, triple back row is... yikes. Oh, well, I also have triple back row. I don't really know what I'd do against that, though. I need him to waste some of it, but do I want him to waste it on the Volcaries? Yes. We'll see. Maybe he'll like Gorgons the search. P-Box or something. P-Box, yeah. I mean, getting Hephaestus would have been nice, but it's not really that bad either to not. Probably playing a Lunar deck. Well, I guess Spectaris, I don't know. It could just be a good stuff deck, or it could be a Lunar deck. He just dropped 2 Lunar Spirits on the P-Box, so it really could be who knows what. If he plays a Nabi here, I'll be a little bit sad. Gloombat. That is unfortunate. I think I just gaze here, honestly. I know it's kind of weird, but I keep the Volcarians alive that way. And I prevent 1 damage from the Gloombat. Kinleo Champ, I'll just hold on to that one for now. Play Necruff. I'm going to play it with a water. Because I'm going to attack into the Spectaris, and he's still got 2 back row. So go into the Spectaris. Aim for the crash. Now he's Gorgonsing the Necruff. Just kind of weird. I still get to go over his Gloombat here. Even if he takes out Spectaris the next turn. If I get any sort of a... Oh, so now he goes Tsunami to keep the Gloombat alive. Okay. So he did. So it's a good thing that I played Necruff with the water. So yeah, this has happened twice now in this session I've been playing. So this is why we run the waters in this deck. Oh, I drew another back row. Ugh, pain. I was hoping if he didn't play another back row, I probably would have just Gorgonsed again and then totally blew him up. So that one is a Gorgon, so I can Gorgons here to keep Spectaris dead. I don't know. Is it worth it? Probably not, but if he happens to draw a shield, I think I just eat it. Like, it's painful, but it's just how it goes. See what he's got. PTA. Yeah. I don't have any way to boost, unfortunately. But this will still be pretty expensive for him. Because I can still attack over Spectaris. Hit him for 1. Then Necruff over Gloombat to get rid of it. And then end phase, he'll pay out 2 for Leonite, and I'll basically be like 5, 6 ahead of him. Because I've also got Necruff, and I still got the PTA set. Worst thing that would happen here is if he gets a Nabi. Spend a draw. Ugh, double back row. Torchin? Ooh, another Necruff. Okay. You know what? That's fine. I just wanted a guy to play, so that'll work. I'll play this one correctly enchanted. I know he's got Tsunamis, so I've got one that I can play to hit him normally and one that I can play hit him through Tsunami. So I kind of cover both bases. This is like one of the only games where I've been sad that I haven't drawn a torch. A lot of time torch is just like, oh man, I wish this was a guy or it was a useful rune or something, but no, this time would have been kind of nice. Oh, now I draw the Hestia. Whatever. I don't really want to play my hand. If he wants to shield this, take out Necrof, I can just combat with a Lavalith. Even if he shields, yeah, that costs him 2. I hit him for 1. Unless he's got an Ambro, it doesn't really matter. I'm still sitting way better than he is. I've got 4 cards in hand and 11 spirits. He's got, and 1 on field. He's got 1 in deck, 3 cards in hand, and nothing on field. So this one I was really well positioned. I don't know what his deck is or what he's got. Looks like it's almost a full lunar deck. We only saw Spectaris and Gloombat. Those are the only 2 things we saw. Maybe he just bricked by getting Doppelgators. The re-enchant disenchant play from the Gloombat was kind of weird. Like I get it. You don't want to have to get rid of the Gloombat, but at the same time it's just kind of a dead body. Normally the reason I like Gloombat is because you can special cast it out, so it doesn't take your normal cast to do it, or it's like a quick ascension. But it didn't seem to be his play. But GG's. Alrighty, we get a rematch. So we know now he's on lunar. Looks like I start off with, seriously, that's ridiculous. That's like just the same exact start. I mean, it's not the same exact one, but it's like just equally as good. Double Gorgons, PTA. I know he's got Gloombat in the deck though. I don't think Lunar Eclipse is in yet. I'm gonna play Necrof. Play it with a fire. If he wants to trade a Spectaris for it, that's fine. I'm playing it now since I'm stuck going first anyways. I could expend a draw, but I don't even know what I'd want to draw into. I just want to have something on field that he can't PTA. And I can re-enchant it next turn so he can't Tsunami it either. Though I know he's running Shield in the deck. He revealed that at the end of last game. So it's not a perfect plan. Alright, there's a Spectaris. Honestly, I'm just gonna PTA. Then I don't have to worry about dying to it. I won't get the burn from it, but he can't kill me here, so I think it's worth it. Getting some fires in the underworld just in case I draw a Warmite. I don't think I've even drawn a Warmite today, but it's okay. P-Box. Okay, so that'll help against like Nabi Doppelgator stuff. For now, I'm gonna play the Volcaries, knowing now that Spectaris is not, like, he's already used 1 Spectaris. The chance that he draws 2 is hopefully kind of low. He could draw like a Toxiri or something. That would hurt. Looks like he's debating on something. Not really any point hitting it with a Gorgons. Maybe a PTA. But he's probably just wondering, like, PTAing on something that's normally going to be an easy kill with the Lunar deck is kind of rough. Looks like he decided against it. I'll just move to battle phase, see if he tsunamis me. Looks like he's letting it through. So it's pretty much 2 free damage for me. And with all the back row I've got, I am totally fine to just keep sitting here, and I could Gorgons whatever he's got. So that's another back row. I'll probably re-enchant Necro for the water this turn, unless I get something way better. That's fine. We'll P-box it. Ooh, we got rid of... Oh, no, that was a Spectaris Champ and a Tsunami. I love that card design, though. Temple of the Moon. Alright. So he does have it. I was wondering if he would. Now I really need a Volcanic Forge. He's got Full Moon. Ugh. Yeah, that makes things a little bit tougher. I can enchant a fire to Necruff to trade, but then if he's got a Tsunami set or a shield, I'm still going to be hurting real bad. What I really need here is like a Lavalith, or Hestia is not going to cut it. I guess I can't re-enchant Necruff, it has to be Volcarius. But then if he like Battle Step Gorgons or uses Dense Fog, then I'm going to be in rough shape. I think I'm going to drop a water here. Leonite. That'll work. That'll work, I think. I'll have to burn my other Gorgons. I really didn't want to, but we'll see. Maybe I can get away with not doing it. When I ascend into Leonites, I get the... Ooh. He sets another back row. When I ascend into Leonite, I get the boost for my fire type, so I can make Necruff a... I am gonna Gorgons this. I don't like it at all, but it's kind of what I gotta do. If I get a Lavalith, I can actually play it here. But I've only... Oh, double Hestia is awful. No, I don't want to play Hestia. I want to play Leonite. PTA, okay. I was kind of expecting something worse, to be honest. The Gorgons would have hurt me way more there, after thinking about it, because then I wouldn't be able to attack. He could just re-enchant his Werepup and crash. Or something. I'm gonna set this, try and bluff. You know, I'll set this one too and bluff, because it's fine. I'll try and go Necruff over Werepup. Kill the Werepup, burn him for 1. He's got shield for the Werepup. Does he have something for the Leonite? He does not. Okay. So the biggest problem's gone. But we're about even now. I've only got 1 card in hand, but it is a guy at least. He's got a Nobby. I can trade with the Nobby. If he's got a Full Moon and he's just waiting for me to replay the Necruff, I probably just lose immediately. He would have played the Tsunami if he had it, right? Yeah. I don't even know what I want here, like a Volcanic Forge or a Volcaries PTA? That ain't it. Really ain't it. Alright, we'll take it. We will take it. So it's going to be a really close game. He could special cast a Gloombat. Yeah. Send it into Doppelgator or something. Send in a Night Venom. Interesting. Alright. So this turn's going to cost me 5 spirits. I'm going to have 1 spirit left. I need my next draw to be a guy. And then I need that last card to not be able to get over a guy that I draw. Because I'm going to take 2 here. He hasn't revealed a single Dense Fog, so I'm surprised he's running Night Venom, but I guess it works. And oh no, it's a Torchin. Literally any guy in the entire game can get over this. So we gamble. I mean, I've got no other chance. I'm just hoping he doesn't have a guy here. That's literally it. Oh no. Does he have an Ambro? There's no way Torchin gets to deal 3 damage per game. He must have an Ambro, right? He's got 3 cards in hand. What are they? I guess 2 of them were... He does have an Ambro. Okay. Well, that was the card he just drew, too, because it actually stays in order. So that's crazy. He top-decked an Ambro to win. Whoo! See, I don't run Ambro. Like, if I had, like, a Hestia's Hearth here, I would still be able to win. But instead, I draw literally all 3 of my Hestias. Yeah, Hestia's Hearth with Warmite helps me heal, otherwise Kinleo with Hestia helps me heal. So I've got a few healing options. Ah, man, that was crazy. Top decked Ambro to win the game. Oh, so close. So close. That deck's interesting. So it's basically just the lunar counter meta, which I've seen some people experimenting with lately. Where it deals pretty well with Lockagon because you have multiple ways to suppress, and the lock deck is really weak to suppression. But it doesn't really have big guys, and it relies very heavily on outstatting your opponents, and if you don't draw a Temple of the Moon, you're going to be playing on a back foot most of the time. You also don't have any ways to search your Ascensions outside of Nabi into Doppelgator. So the Night Venom was a complete... Oh, he had it in hand. I guess he could send into it with Gloombat. So that wasn't too bad, but he wasn't able to search it. Super close. GG's. Alrighty. I keep going first. I really don't like going first. I got a PTA and a Torchin though, so that's good enough for me. Lavalith in starting hand's pretty awesome too. Always play your Torchin in defense. Hestia was my next draw anyways, I think. I'll set the PTA, I think that's fine. I guess he's got a Zaptor, so probably not fine. Maybe I'll set the Torch as well. Just to gamble a little bit. Don't want to spend the Hestia though. Hestia is actually more valuable, or it can get me out of a situation where somebody does T-Storm my back row and I don't have options. Because if I draw a Kinleo, I can just immediately get up to a Leonite, and that helps significantly. Ooh. So Cyanectar triggers when a player does that, so... Equips my Torchin with Poison Tunic. Has the full Cyanectar Wasp Ivy combo thing in hand, which is pretty disgusting. I hate the Wasp Ivy deck. I side 3 Cryoblast normally to deal with it, because if this thing dies to Cryoblast, the entire deck is basically dead. And it's also extremely combo based, because you need both the Cyanectar and a poison something in your hand to be able to do anything, and if you don't get it, you're just useless. Immunity to counter runes, and the Expend 3 is awful as a combo. Expend 3 is probably worse than the immunity to counter runes in my opinion. I just don't know what the back row is. I feel like I have to play Lavalith here. I don't know, we picked that one for fun. Gorgons. Okay. I'd rather get Gorgons than PTA. Because I can play... I can play Torch. and then keep it at an 8 so that if he wants to crash, it will crash. If he, I mean, if he has like an Argo or another Poison Tunic in hand, then just flipping GG at that point, dude. I got nothing there. Or maybe he'll have like a Volcaries. Okay, he's got a Scythe of Demeter. So I guess that helps against Cryoblast. But he just has 2 artifacts in hand with the full combo. Is honestly absurd. That just doesn't happen. I need a Kinleo to deal with this. Yeah, I don't know if Pete... Oh yeah, and then he gets to heal as well. I don't know, this dude must have just had like the perfect hand. I don't know if he top decked the Scythe or not. That was like one of... There's very few things in this deck that would help him get out of that situation. Because he needs some attack modifier. I don't think this deck runs Filloy Forest. So it's only artifacts. Okay, are you serious? I dropped both of my PTAs. The reason I didn't PTA the Spectaris is because I'm going to have a Volcaries here that I need to get an attack off with. Because basically I'm playing all this. Specifically to get a Torch on my Volcaries, play the Hestia. And then I get to draw a card and hope it's a Kinleo. And I wouldn't be able to attack with Volcaries unless I'd going into the Wasp Ivy if I killed the Spectaris with PTA. I honestly can only afford 2 on Estia. Like the game is going to be completely decided by what this Foretell is, so... and what that last back row is. He's got a shield. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Carries, Torch, doesn't help. Okay, yeah, game's over. Well, I guess we'll carries plus Torch. Technically? I don't know. No, I think I just lose because he hits me for 3 here, and then if I play more than 2 cards, like, oh, he hits me for more. Yeah. No, he just had like the best possible starting deck. There's, if Wasp Ivy's get a good start against this deck, I'm just cooked. Like, Wasp Ivy is one of my worst matchups. I'm just gonna forfeit. I don't like forfeiting, but there's literally no chance. Turn 1 Wasp Ivy's too strong. But GG. Alrighty, I go second with this hand. Good enough. Hesia's Earth plus Warmite's a good battle trick. Bait out of Gorgons, playing Torch in first. Seems alright. One back row. Okay, my whole plan needs to change now. That sucks. I literally have to expend a draw until I get a Gorgons or a P-Box. That sucks. Oh. Okay, Ultra of Stars gives me some options. So let me put the Torch in over here. Make them think that I don't want them to fight the Torch in. I don't know if this is the starter deck or what. I'm really not a fan of Pentair. I know it's not like the hardest thing in the world to take out, but if you don't have the right thing at the right time to deal with it, it's just brutal. Alright, there's the Gorgons. I actually was kind of hoping for a Hestia there, but taking out the Gorgons isn't bad either. Because Hestia would allow me to get Leonite, which Leonite plus Hestia's Hearth. I guess I would need Kinleo too, but those two together would allow me to have some flexibility in dealing with the Pentair. Also, it would buff up Volcaries, because right now my way to get rid of the Pentair is more than likely Altar of Stars, swap it to defense, and attack over it with a 9 attack Volcaries. But I need some sort of Nexus Bank in order to do that. Because he just heals back those 2 wins he just used. Kind of whatever. Get some fires in the underworld for Warmite. Though honestly, if I don't know. I hate this position so much. At least it doesn't have any back row. Volcanic Forge? I need a Nexus Bank. Hephaestus, okay. I can do this now. I can do this. As long as he doesn't have any back row. This is totally contingent on him not having back row. Ooh, Tornado. I mean, that's very, very whatever. Like, I thought it was going to be like P-Gust. P-Gust would be bad. Because then he'd actually be able to destroy Altar of Stars, and then I'd all of a sudden need a new plan. Hard Ascend into Twindra. Okay. At least it's not a hard ascend into Pantera, although honestly, like I said, I can deal with Pantera by now. Let's keep dropping fires. I guess I got 4 in the Underworld now, so I can already heal with Warmite. I don't think he's going to have Tsunami in this deck. Another torch. Really not what I need right now, but whatever. I'm only gonna play Hephaestus with 2. Just because I really don't need any more of it. Just need 1 to Nexus with Ultra Stars. I'll replay Hesios Hearth for fun. I'm not gonna play the Volcanic Forge yet. I know if this is the starter deck, which I'm pretty sure it is. Ugh, double Leonite's rough. I'd rather have a second Warmite, thanks. But if it is the starter deck, I know it runs completely. Oh, the Island of Aeolia, so could have that, and if you ascend it into Penterror, or even just dies, then yeah, there's the ascension into it. Had it in hand. Glad I did not get this combo out any later. And I'm on 4 spirits, so even if he has something like resting, he won't be able to play it. Aeolus. Oof. What's he gonna do with that? Is he running 2 full Penterror combos in this deck? That would be absolutely flippin' insane. And it would just be GG. Draws into Hydrake, Twindra, and Penterror. I guess he already... I don't know. He already does main cast, so he can't just send out another Hydrake right now. Oh, he gets a P-Gust. Okay. That's 1 turn too late. If he played slower, pick the right back row, then you could have done it. Nexus onto the Volcaries, change you to defense. Stop the attack. Hephaestus dies, don't care, I've already got plenty of torches to go around. Play Warmite and attack. There's no reason to do that. Play Volcanic Forge now just for insurance. Funny enough, I could have actually attacked over the Penterror if I just enchanted my Hephaestus with more. Yeah, I'll equip my Warmite with Torch. We'll go Volcaries over Penterror. Leonite. Okay, seriously, I was just gonna say Leonite again, but whatever. I'll just grab a Leonite. We kill Penterrors. Woo! Oh, okay, I didn't need to use that again. But I should have gone Leonite, Kilneo, Leonite, just so that I get a normal cast in between there. If I actually use Hesios Hearth on my Volcaries, I'll be at 15 right now, which is really funny. Okay, I wasn't trying to select it, I was just trying to see. Yeah, so if Penterror is destroyed by an effect, he can search. Or special cast the other Hydrakes and Twin Drakes in the deck, which I never really find to be a real good use, but sometimes it comes in handy. He's going for another Hydrake. So do you have 2 Penterrors in this deck, dude? See. My War Might's gonna be like one attack too low. I'm not super sure why he attacked into my Volcaries before with the Hydrake, because he just took an extra damage. He could have attacked into Warmite for the same result. I was debating on using Hestia's Hearth then. And he was in his hand. Dude actually has at least 2 Panteras in his deck. And he drew both of them. That's crazy. Come on, attack the Volcaries. Do it. Sucker. Yeah. Nice game. Yeah, because I mean, like, I had ways to deal with Pantera. If he had some way to kill my Volcaries, like even just a Gorgons or like a Galaxair or something, I would have been in much worse shape, but he didn't. So, GG. Alright, we got a rematch against the Hydrake player. Double P-Box. Double Torchin. Okay, Torchin is a huge yikes. But I got the P-Boxes, and I know what his deck does, so I'll just keep it. So I can just play a Torchin, defense. Yep. Grab a Hestia. I'm only running 2 Torchins in this deck, so running both in the same, or getting both in the same hand is really sad. Oh, I switched to a Hermes deck? Or maybe it was the Hermes Pantera deck? I know I've seen one of those before. Oh, I will P-Box that. I don't know why it lets me cast 2. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That's so unlucky. Milling 2 Spinosects. Oh. I mean, he's got him in the underworld now, so maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, funny. Both of their effects activate, but there's no wins to Nexus. Okay, Warmites is fine. He didn't play any back rows, so I don't know if he just doesn't have any. Maybe he just didn't want to bluff it. I don't know if this is the same deck or not, or if he switched it up. I'm a little scared to play Hestia. Because what I want to do right now is play Hestia for just to have it on board so I can, with Torch, so that I can get the card draw. So we'll do it, and we'll take the risk. I really don't think this deck normally runs any sort of rune destruction. Gonna have to be careful with my spirits now. I've only got a handful left. Alright, Lavalith is nice. Necruff is nice. Ultra Stars is also pretty nice here. My back row is a P-Box, so I'm pretty comfortable with just that. We can grab the Lavalith. I can ascend that over Torchin if it survives. Definitely not going to be getting to normal cast Lavalith out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spirits on board. That means he would have to have 11 on board. Which, I mean, honestly, Hermes is one of the decks to do it. It's a couple Champ Avioliths and like double Hermes, Champ Aviolith enchanting onto one of the Hermes, plus something else on board. Yeah, that would do it. Galaxy, I respect it. I cannot properly deal with that. Alrighty. Didn't play any back rows. There's not a whole lot of reason to play the Lavalith here. So I'll probably just slow play, drop the Necruff. I'm fine drawing the Ultra Stars next turn. Kill the Galaxy. Burn him for 1. I could have done that a little differently. I could have special casted the Necruff and then used my normal to ascend over Lavalith. But like I said, he just doesn't have any runes, so Lavalith doesn't get a lot of value from being casted. Have to, like, probably the majority of the reason why you play Lavalith is for the rune destruction. Though if I had Volcanic Forge up, it would be just a really awesome 8/6. So that's worth mentioning too. I'm excited for whatever Champ Lavalith is. Another Spy Nymph. Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Dropping both waters. Yeah, because Hermes decks really need Hermes. He's got Ambro. So he's really staying on top of his spirit count. Sorry about that. He's not playing any back row. Alright, I give up. We're gonna do something that I love to do when it comes up. We're gonna play offensive Torchins. Nexus 1 from Hestia onto Torchin. Nexus 1 from Hestia onto Torchin. And we'll equip Torch onto the Necruff to keep getting advantage with Hestia again. Because it was a free Torch instead of having to disenchant from Hephaestus. So we'll burn him for 1 with Necruff. Hestia's Hearth is awesome here. Oh, double. Double is amazing. Because I can give the Torchins even more spirits. And then we'll basically hit him for 5 here. And because I have Alter, there's nothing he can do to kill any of my guys. Well, I guess if he has Hermes and, like, drops... Okay, there's options. There's options for him. So we'll see what he does. Because sending carry off, burning, or tornado. That's a decent play. Because now I can't use altar anymore. Oh. Tornado into forfeit? Not quite sure I understand that one. Maybe he had planned half of his turn and then didn't look at what he drew and didn't draw into anything good. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I pretty much just stopped him from doing anything just because I didn't let him draw Hermes. These could be like 2 or 3 champ Aviolets and you just can't normal cast it. And it could be some other, it could have been Carry-Ons, which he couldn't send to Underworld with Hermes. It's tough. GG. Alrighty. I've done quite a few matches against this guy. I'm actually getting to the point where I know what he's running. Which is kind of funny. Double Hestia feels kind of bad, but I start with a Kinleo and a Warmite, Festus, so I feel like I have options. And I'm just going to expend a draw turn 1. Because, like, even if I mulligan this hand, I'm not going to get something real great for going first, probably. The only things that I would want to have for going first would be Torchin, which the only reason I play Torchin is to get me Hestia, so I've already got Hestia in hand here. And Volcaries, which gets me Hephaestus, which I already have in hand, so... Still kind of an awkward starting hand, though, because I don't have any defensive options. Maybe I'll get one on the expend, though. It's a very reactionary hand, too, with Warmite. Depends on what he gets for back row. Another Warmite. Alright, very, very reactionary. I'm gonna set one of the Hestias, because little reason not to. I could have just gone into Kinleo with a torch on it, with Hephaestus, Hestia. Wouldn't have been that bad of an idea, but every single time I tried that, it always gets ruined by something. You'd think, oh, it's immune to rune effects. It shouldn't be able to be stopped. Well, I know that this guy's running Rock in a hard place, so he just destroys the torch, ascends into Curubis, and then attacks over me because I have no back row. That sort of thing. Now that's kind of crazy because there's not going to be a whole lot of Rock and Hard Place players, but it's what can happen. Yeah, see, there's a Drakid. I don't know what the back row are. I'll probably try playing a Warmite, and if he like PTAs or something, I'll special cast the Kinleo out. Torchin. Oh, okay. So this is pretty unlucky. Because I needed some back row, and instead I draw 2 more guys, one of which I absolutely do not need. Torchin only grabs me Torch and Hestia, which I've got plenty of access to here, with double Hestias in hand, and then Hephaestus able to search. He's really thinking on this one, so he could definitely... Oh, he did not PTA. He will go against the effect. I think I'm going to leave this Hestia face down. And I'm going to cast this one. Maybe try and bait him to destroy that one with Rock in a Hard Place. Actually, you know what? That's tough. I think I'm actually only going to enchant this Hestia with 2. Because I have the other Hestia. And I even have a torch in. Assuming if I'm using this one, he destroys that one, I can still search one more. Even though I got the 3 in Underworld, I'm still going to search for Leonite here. I think Leonite's just better in this situation. I doubt he'll be able to destroy 2 of my guys in one turn, but I guess it's definitely possible if he gets into Draking. If this is like another Gorgons or something, it'll be a little tough. Because I kind of need the Leonites, because even then I can like use Hestia, ascend over Leonite, or ascend over like Torchin with Leonite, which this is a combo I don't mind doing at all. And I mean, Kindling Effect gets stopped by Spoiler Fruit, P-Box, and Gorgons, so there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so he started the game off with double Gorgons. I played one with him off screen, and I started with double Gorgons. So that's just a really tough situation for me. It probably wouldn't have actually been too bad if I didn't play the Hestia face down now, which is kind of funny. Because now he can play Rock in a Hard Place. Otherwise he wouldn't be able to, because I wouldn't have a rune on the field. Unless he doesn't have it. I guess it's always possible he just has a hand that he doesn't draw it. I did get through the 2 Gorgons though, and I don't think the game's over by any means. Steals my attack. Which is fine. If he doesn't ascend, it's very... who cares? Funny thing is, if he goes into Draking... Well, he's playing Eddie here, okay. So if he plays Rock in a Hard Place now, he gets 2 Ascensions. Which sucks. I mean, this just how this deck can high roll. You have 6 guys, and you have 1 enabling piece. Okay, looks like he doesn't have it, which is nice. Oh, he forgot to swap his Drykid to attack, though, so he only gets to kill 1 of my guys. That is incredibly unfortunate. That was just a misplay by him. I'm surprised. I think I see this guy on quite often. But there's a lot of things in this game, so I don't blame him for not remembering every little bit. Forge, alright. Yeah, I'd say that's fine. How do I want to do this? I'll play Hestia. Disenchant 2 from Hestia to play a second Warmite Champ. We'll lower the Eddy. We'll normal cast out the Torchin. We definitely don't need another Hestia. So I'm actually going to grab a torch here. I could use Festus to grab me a second torch, but I think I'm just going to save it. I'll even play the Hephaestus face down. And now let's give torch to one of my Warmites. so great. Got Gorgons. Kinleo Champ is awesome. Oh, Lavalith is also awesome. Lavalith gets me out of a lot of bad situations here. I think I grab Lavalith and then leave Kinleo to grab from the next torch. This turn wouldn't have played out too much differently, even if I did have, or even if he did kill my War Might. I basically just get to deal 1 damage here. I could have crashed Torchin, or I could have played Hephaestus for a second Torch, and then had Torchin be a 4, which still isn't great, but if they're wasting turns killing a Torchin, that's still more or less a win for me. Okay. Just a random Nabi in this deck. That's kind of devastating. I guess that makes sense. He's on Lunar. And I haven't drawn any defensive runes. If I had Hestia's Hearth, I'd still be able to kill the Nabi here. Yeah. Maybe lower the Nabi's attack twice, deal 2 damage to him, end the game next turn. Instead he gets to play Doppelganger, knock out my Torch, kill something else. I'll still have more spirits on board than him, so but I can hard ascend Lavalith over Torchin. Unless he goes over the Torchin, yeah. Really no reason to. Get rid of a water. I don't think he's on Tsunami. I thought he'd be on Tsunami just because he's got the eddies and stuff. Kind of wanted to save the Lavalith until I needed to use its effects on a rune, but I don't seem to get that luxury. Back to an 8-6 though. So even if he has an Eddy and swaps me to defense, I'll be fine. I guess worst case is if he has specifically an Eddy and Rock in a hard place. And he selects Lavalith and my Gorgons. See, this is fine. Nabi can't get me low enough on its own. Yeah. He must not be drawing any runes. Very unfortunate for him. I'm just gonna burn my Hestia now. Healing is playing safe here, but I think I'm in a position where I can get away with just going into Leonite, having 2 massive bodies on board that he can't deal with. And I've got the Gorgons for defense if need be. I'll deal 3 damage to him here. Yeah, I should be fine. And then once again, even if he has like an Eddy defense swap here, it won't work on Leonite. He can't swap me to defense. And even if he could, I've got 5 defense with Volcanic Forge. So even if you had like a Galaxy champ in this deck, I'd be able to manage against it. He's only expended 3 water spirits so far. So I wonder if it's just mainly lunar with a little bit of a water splash. Dry Kid's a 1 spirit Elestrals, so he cannot activate its effect on either of my guys. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Sorry, bud. I got two cost Elestrals. If I wouldn't have ascended into Leonite, though, he would have been able to trade with the Kinleo. If this thing swapped base attack with anything, it would be crazy. This thing would be a top tier card. People would have been treating it like Whale last set. Ooh, Necref's nice. And get him down to 1 spirit. He hasn't played any Ambrose, so I don't know if he's got them or if he just hasn't drawn them. Even if he has like an Eruption or something, like I'm on fire, so he won't be able to. He'd need triple Eruption, which, you know, obviously no spirits for. That's another nice security when playing fire, is that you don't have to fear Eruption. I still lose to Eruption decks. It's mainly because Krakatuka doesn't have the same restriction. And because my spirit math is kind of tight. Alright, what you got, bud? I could just BM and just Gorgons whatever he plays. Not going to, unless I actually feel threatened by it, but I don't know what it would have to be. Emmy Star. I don't even know what this thing does. Oh, yeah, this is the Nexus to attack Spirit decks directly. That's right. We're almost out. I don't know if there's like another one before the highest tier in the game or not. It doesn't really matter. I'm not intentionally trying to push. I'm just playing this game often enough. GG's. Alrighty, stuck going first again with no guys, but lots of nice back row. Sure. I really don't know. I could get screwed over here. I'm gonna expend a draw. That's definitely not what I was hoping to see, but we go with it. I'm actually not gonna play the Hestia's Hearth yet. I like having Gorgons immediately available, just in case. Hestia's Hearth is more like a late game, mid game, late game utility card that can get me out of a really bad situation. Brumalinks. Oh man, it's tempting to... I don't know if this is going to be a... I think Iwoli's in the game. I think it is. Because I want a Gorgon's that. I don't really want it to get Mountains or Blizzard. Yep, there's Mountains. Who would have guessed? Yeah, how many sets are we dealing with? 2, Pain. If I don't get a better guy here, I genuinely might have to expend a draw again. Like, expending a draw and taking one on the first turn is probably better than a mulligan in my opinion, unless your hand is really bad. Oh, like mine. I'll drop another fire, make sure there's fires in the underworld, just in case I get a Warmite or something. Okay, so this is interesting. I can actually... Hestia to get Volcaries out. Equip it with a torch to try and crash. Or... yeah, let's do it. That way we at least burn through a back row, put some pressure on him. We got double Hestia anyways. This is another kind of nice... I don't do this very often, but it's a nice option for the strat if I do need to expend a draw ever. I can still cast something with Hestia. It's just expensive. Okay, it doesn't do anything on cast. This would be a really annoying shield. Right, well, we got a card anyways. This will help. So I can at least get a guy. So we play Tsunami, which honestly isn't the worst. I have Alter. Hephaestus, no. PTA, no. SDS Earth, no. Why? Oh, that's so bad. I do not want Hephaestus here because I'm going to grab a torch with Torchin because I have 2 Hestias already. We'll see if he Cryoblasts here. I don't really have any counterplay to that if he does. Okay, so it is a Morfrost deck. Yeah, arguably getting rid of the Mountains, P-boxing the Broomlinks would have been worth it. So, Morfrost doesn't have a lot of good Gorgon's targets. It really doesn't. So... I prefer to Gorgons like a Brumalinks instead to prevent it from getting the Stadium, which boosts all their guys to make them stronger. Could have Gorgons the Chimera, but it's kind of whatever. Now he gets a Lycan form out. Misenchanted with the water. Very curious which one he's going to attack me with, though. I hope it's the Chimera, but I don't know. Okay. If he has a Gorgons here, this will still hurt. He's not. So I make him take a damage, I kill his Chimera, and he can't deal any more damage this turn. That is why we run Alter. Such an underrated card. But I do understand it requires specific situations, and this is just one of the only decks where it's actually good. Boy, do I wish I had a better draw here, though. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to search Torch with Torch, and I'm gonna have to equip it with a Torch just to beat over the Lycan form. And if this is another Tsunami, I'm gonna be very sad. It's probably got something here. Shield, okay. And he paid off the Lycan form, so I can't get another draw with Torch of Hestia, which makes sense. Man, I am just not getting guys. That is my third Hestia's Hearth I could get. Alright. See how it goes. Oh, second Lycan is brutal. Scorpio Bat, that's interesting. Oh, another Broomalinx, huh? What's he gonna grab here? I was debating on Gorgonsing it, but he's already got Stadium, so he's got to grab Blizzard. Yeah, because I don't think Whiteout's in here. If he spends 2 to get rid of my Gorgons, I mean, that's very... whatever. Yeah, dude, that's fine. We're tied in spirits right now. He'll destroy my Torch and hit me for 1. I'll be down to 7. This is kind of a rough spot. Let's try to get another Gorgons here. You said 2 Hestia's Hearths. If nothing else, I can use those to build up spirits on my Hestia some more. I can play Lavalith, because he's got the Stadium and 2 guys. Can destroy the Stadium. Now the question is, do I want to play Gorgons or PTA? Gorgons is more expensive. I think I'm gonna do it though. this is so interesting. So with the 2 Hesios Hearths, I can freely add 3 spirits or 2 spirits to Hestia. So there's Scorpio form, more Frost. So I recently learned that if you Gorgons the Scorpio in the end form, when it's trying to activate its effect, it will not actually activate. I probably should have preemptively Gorgonsed it on the cast, because now he gets the Chimera and all that stuff. Okay, he just forfeit. Not sure why. I thought that was still kind of close, and I guess there is another rank after whatever I was. So, I don't think I've seen this one before, actually. Must be like diamond rank, because I was platinum before. Yeah, because I had some options there. I was going to Gorgons the Scorpio form in end phase so my Lavalith would survive. Probably paying off the Hestia. I would have played Volcaries, and I could have equipped 2 fires onto one of them with the 2 Hestia's Hearths. It would have left me with like no spirits left, but he wouldn't have had hardly any either, especially if he cast something with more Frost, like with a bat form or something. I don't know if he had any left, but anyways, we got it. GG. Worth mentioning too, like you can't see it because there's just so many matches, and the UI for this kind of sucks, but I'm at like 1.06% higher than my overall win rate since my last change. I've played so many games with this deck. I'm almost at 200. Oh, and it says up here Diamond 5. So yeah, lots of good games. I'll keep playing. GG's.